If you're a young person, particularly this hour, you're in your 20s up to mid-30s. How about this? Pre-children, educated. Would you stay in this country at this point? Because I reckon there's a whole load of things which are not working. And one of them is the housing market. The housing market is working very, very efficiently. That's what is actually happening. And it's come as a terrible surprise to a rotten government. That would be one analysis. When it comes to rents and prices, they go up if there's not enough supply, but an increasing demand. That is as simple as that. They've known it every step of the way, but this is a country now with record taxes and record lack of incentive for actually taking a risk and getting into the rental market, perhaps being a buy-to-let landlord and actually housing people. And yes, making a profit. So you've got reasons to stay and you've got reasons to leave. If I was young and pre-children, I'd go. 0345 6060 973. And what has prompted this is just talking to a couple of people earlier on this week at home. And I said, well, what are you going to do? I mean, very switched on bloke, lively, entrepreneurial, an estate agent. And he's had enough, and that is depressing. He's 28 and he's had enough, and he's doing well, but he's going to go. Educated guy, really fiery, I think a great future. And you know what? As far as a country is concerned, somebody that is going to be earning and paying tax, and the sort of bloke you want around, I would have thought. Although estate agents and journalists are held in about the same low self-esteem. But you see what I'm saying? I think if I was young, I would go. And I think housing is one reason. So it's not just about housing. It's just, but where would you go? You know, I don't want to go to Dubai, which is, for me, soulless. It's like Russia on sea now as well. They're all Russians that are over there now. I don't, and it's very expensive. I don't know about that. I don't know if I want to go anywhere in the Middle East. I don't like a lot of attitudes out there. I'm not sure about that. I don't find that full of soul. And now some people would say, well, Brexit has stopped us going everywhere else, but it hasn't. I mean, you wouldn't go to France right now, would you? Australia? I wouldn't go to New Zealand. You kidding? Even though Jacinda Ardern has gone, you know, the place has opened up a little bit. I just, that's too far away. I've got a grandchild now. There's no chance. Anyway, this is what I was pondering, and I just wondered if you wanted to get involved in the debate. Give me a reason to stay in this country. What can the UK offer, particularly to young people?
I have pondered this question for many years. And one of the reasons is I'm going to be very, very basic and very sort of, if you like, shallow. The weather. I hate the weather here.
It's as simple as that.
I hate the weather here. And I've always had in my mind the Californian dream. But you know what? We all, you know what? They often say, you know, the sun shines inside you. That's the main thing. But the truth is, here, it really isn't that bad. I mean, look, you're right. You can't get an appointment with a doctor. But if I was living in America, my medical insurance would be an absolute fortune. I've got 2 dogs. And you know how expensive it is to take your dog to the vet? Mm. And the medical and the insurance and stuff, that's exactly what the medical is like in America, like our pet, taking our dogs. And
okay, well, that's a reason not to go there.
Yeah, I mean, the medical insurance, you look across the channel, look what's going on there. They're rioting every 5 minutes. Look, don't get me wrong, there's a lot wrong with this country, but there are a lot worse. My wife's from Israel. Would I really want to live there with the security situation?
My eldest has just been there to Israel, said it was absolutely fantastic as predicted. I mean, when I went there, it was profoundly amazing. And yeah, that's a possibility. I guess we got to be careful what we consume in terms of media output. I mean, if you look at France right now, you'd never go anywhere near it, would you?
Look, like I said, you know what? We always look and think the grass is always greener. For me, I'm shallow. The weather is the big thing here. You know, when I walk out in the winter or even the summer sometimes, but whenever I, you know, look out the window in the morning, in those early dark winter mornings, see it pouring with rain, I'm thinking, what am I doing here? And the damp that gets into my bones. You know, that's what that's what does me.
The weather. Really you are shallow. Me. You're a puddle, Keith. That's all you are. It's just a puddle. You're shallow. And I'm right with you. I'm right with you. We just had a 7-month winter. I don't know.
Completely. I am completely, like I said, I'm very privileged. You know what? I'm very happy to be here. I'm very privileged to have been
for 3 or 4
born
months
in this country, because there are a lot of places a hell of a lot worse, let's face it.
You've got a panting dog there, Keith. I'll let you go. Take care. All the best to you. Bye-bye. 9:28. Are you shallow and just fancy changing the weather? It's quite simple, isn't it? I mean, I could list a million reasons to leave right now, but perhaps the weather would be the top of the list.
Obviously, I live out in Germany, and I always try to convince people to get out of England. If you've got the benefit of having some sort of European golden ticket, I call it. I've got an Irish passport.
Yeah.
You can come and live over here and work over here. There's industry here. The healthcare works. As soon as I came out here, I haven't seen a doctor for 10 years. As soon as I come out here, I've had a full body MOT, dentist. I've had an MRT. The list goes on. If I need to see a doctor, It's like the stories I hear from my parents. I know my doctor by his name. I can go down and see my doctor when I want to see my doctor.
Right.
Something you can't get in England.
Why did you move there, Alfie?
My missus is German.
Okay, that's it then. So you're very happy there now, and you've settled.
Well, she came to England, but she was losing her hair. I was living in London, and I'm from London, and she was like, "Yes, London, I can't wait." Got over it within 6 months. She was like, "I need to leave this country."
Why? Why did she feel that way?
Just through the stress of being in England. And you know what? I'll be honest with you. When I moved out to Germany, I had a realisation, and I thought, do you know what? I feel as if I've been living a lie my whole life. I've always been told how England's the best country in the world. We got the best army in the world. We got the NHS. We've got this. When I left that country, I literally look back and think, we are living a lie. Well, you guys are living a lie. I'm not no longer.
All right. Well, good luck to you, Alfie, and I'm glad that you're happy there, and much appreciate your call. Another first-time caller from Dortmund says he doesn't regret that move at all, and he feels like he's been living a lie, and now very, very happy with his German partner, or did he say wife? And Alfie very happy in Dortmund.